raised $30,000 in 8 days.
Wow.
Who does that? Well, not the Davises, right? It's God.
Right.
And then you bring these babies home and then you're like, we have no idea what we're doing. So it was like success, success, success.
Right.
And then real life started. And what we realized is that we were so unprepared to be trauma parents.
Wow.
And it was a collision of being a church planner, which is hard and beautiful in its own right, but it was growing. And I think it was Christmas of 2019, we had over 600 people, show up. Now, of those 600 people, I would say because our church was all over the map, I would say probably 100 of those were families that came in and to visit. But still, like 3 years in, to be a church of 500 was amazing.
Yeah.
We moved into a building, this ginormous old kind of dilapidated building of a church that was dying. And there was like, we were going to merge and it was going to be beautiful.
Yeah,
and
I remember that part of your
building.
story. It was so cool. And we thought, wow, this is a huge win.
Yeah, it was like the $30,000 we raised. It was amazing. And then bam, we don't know what we're doing as parents. And then we're, 4 years into this church plant and it's exploding and we're buying chairs and it's amazing. And that we're going to do like a grand opening in this new space. And then COVID.
Mm-hmm.
And COVID changed everything. And so our everything scattered and sheltered. And so we were sheltered with our trauma kids trying to do school, who were just unraveling. And I would say the average family had their own unraveling story, but then we had unraveling in our church.
Yeah.
And it was different leadership waters that, man, did the water line start to grow for Justin and I, because it just felt like you couldn't even figure out which way was up or down. We were just letting the current take us.
Right.
And it became this, what should have been a season for many of us as leaders became the new normal. And out of the normal, I think just today in 2023, we are beginning to recognize the dysfunctional patterns that we got into. And like Justin said, it's going back to the basics of saying, man, who am I trying to please in this? And in that, like, how much of that has become my identity? And that's some of the, real wrestling that I think is happening for many leaders.
I think, you said something about performance, Justin. When people keep putting a microphone in your hands and they keep putting a spotlight on you and they keep showing up, you have to do it. You feel like you have to do it. That drives a lot of this. And then as you're moving towards this, I know your story right now, the church went through a huge upheaval and hardship, and you ended up closing the church